Okay, hi, this is Michele Theberge, and I wanted to show you two of my favorite Liquitex texture gels. And they are ceramic stucco and flexible modeling paste. So both of these are gels, they come in a jar, and I'm going to start with showing you the ceramic stucco. So I have some of it here on this board that's already dried. And you see it has kind of like a nice rough texture. And I'll put that to the side so I can spread some out for you. So it's got this gray, sandy type texture. You can probably hear the sound effect of it. And for example, you can use it. Actually, I have a couple examples here. Here it is with a pastel drawing on top. And then here's an oil painting on top. So if you were to do oil paint, please make sure it's thoroughly dried at least a week before you put the oil paint on top. But it creates like a nice textury substrate for drawing, for dry media, or you can mix it with a paint. I'm going to do that right now. So I'm going to mix a little bit of color in with it. I have some quinacridone red and one of my favorite colors, which is transparent raw sienna. And I'll mix a little bit in so you can see how you can color it yourself. Maybe I'll put a little bit more. So that's not a lot of color. You saw a big ratio of the gel. You can put as much color, as little color as you want. You can just tint it lightly, or you can add a lot of paint to it. And there's considerably more color in there now. And you see it holds a lot of the vibrancy, although because it's gray, it will take your colors and tone them down a little bit. And for example, this drawing, I colored the ceramic stucco and then spread it on the board, and I'll just show you how I do that. We'll do a little corner of this board. So I spread it like that. It already has some on there, so you can hear that. So then you just let it dry, and then you could work over it. You can do this with brushes as well. So you can paint with it, with a brush. You will want to use brushes that are very sturdy, synthetic bristle brushes, because it can be pretty hard on some brushes. But then when it's dry, you can draw right on top of it. It's got a great texture. And you can use colored charcoal, pastels, whatever you want color on it. So make some nice kind of rough surface that holds it. And then you could spray that with a fixative. So then the other one I wanted to show you, one of my very favorites, is the flexible modeling paste. Now, the original modeling paste that Liquitex came out with was marble dust, a lot of marble dust in it, and it had to be used on a rigid support. And so now they have one that you can use on a flexible support, although it just so happens that my board that I put it on is hard, but you could do this on canvas or paper as well. Now what I did in this example, it's not too different than this one. This one's already completed, but basically I spread it out, you know, just with a big knife like this, just spread it out, cover the whole thing, let it dry, and then go into it and carve, you know, with a needle tool or something sharp, and you can just carve lines into it. Then I let that dry, and then I put the color on top. So this one is the flexible modeling paste, same thing, laid on a board, and you can see what it looks like without the color. So there are a lot of different shapes of knives that you can use for this, and this is a diamond shaped one, and that's how I was able to incise a lot of these marks in here. or these marks. I was able to draw those in there with this. These ridged areas, there's a knife with a serrated edge, and I was able to go in there like that and make those type of marks. Up top, I have brush strokes. So using a nice stiff brush, I was able to make those. So the whole thing was white originally, and I let it dry totally, and then probably just overnight would be enough time, and then I went on top and I used inks to do the coloring. And I did, you know, washes of ink that gives it this sort of transparent, washy, watercolory effect. The gold was laid on top. I used a heavy body, thicker paint, gold, so that it would just scumble over the top and not go sink into the recessed areas, so that you get the raised areas gold, and then the areas in between the original color that's underneath. Then another fun thing to do is I did a very similar technique. So this is the flexible modeling paste first on here, then the ink on top, and then I did Liquitex's pouring medium on top of that. And you see what the same colors, I was using the exact same palette, I did this the same day at the same time, the same colors become very, very deep and rich with that added layer of the glossy pouring medium. And I have other videos on pouring medium that you can watch on my YouTube channel, so subscribe if you want to keep up to date. I have a lot of videos still to upload and share with you some fun techniques. I'm going to be teaching a workshop on texture gels and mixed media. We'll be doing collage, we'll be using the flexible modeling paste, the ceramic stucco, we'll be able to draw on top. It's an all-day workshop at the Art of the Carolinas in Raleigh, North Carolina on Thursday, November 8th from 9 to 4. And you can sign up on the Art of the Carolinas website. Look for my name, Michele Theberge, under instructors, and sign up. I'd love to have you come and show you these fun techniques and get you to actually have a chance. I bring everything. I'm going to bring all these tools and knives and the ceramic stucco. I'll bring boards for you. You can bring your own colors and favorite tools if you have them, but you can also show up empty-handed and just have a great time. So I hope you'll join me for that. It's going to be a really fun workshop. And enjoy these techniques. I know it'll add some different dimension. If you haven't tried any textures before, it just adds another whole level of interest to the paint, of what the paint can look like. So it's totally worth it to just get a jar and try it out and have fun with it. Thanks.